I'll do that in the Hello, hello. Welcome aboard to the stream here in Melbourne. Season 2 of One Cup currently running, and we're at qualifying right now. And I'm Juha Sopanen, and I'm joined here by Jedediah.
Hello,
And
hello.
welcome
Welcome
to the
aboard to
commentary
the
booth.
stream here in
Thank
Melbourne.
you. Thank you.
Season 2 of One Cup
Yep,
currently
indeed.
running,
As we
and
see
we're at
currently now,
qualifying right
the
now.
drivers
And
starting to do the laps
I'm
right
Juha.
now. Danny currently doing his lap, and they're going through right now turn 3 at the moment, now going through turn 4. As we see, Andy Park is currently the top driver of the session at the moment with a 144.2, and Daniel has a 144.4 in second place. And in third place, David Schneider has a 144.9 at the moment, as Andy Park currently on his lap, currently a yellow first sector at the moment. But indeed, these drivers have a capability of taking most of the corners really fast, but at the moment,
And he's
Daniel...
just set the fastest sector too.
Yep, Sector 2, Danny has set the fastest Sector 2 at the moment, and by quite a margin at the moment. And actually, David Schneider...
Schneider's taken it.
Yeah, David Schneider has taken it. It is a 21.7 from David Schneider. And as we see a car on its outlap at the moment, well, it seems like it's going to be a tussle between Andy Park and Danny and David Schneider. And at the moment, Danny is going through the final corner now. What can the Portuguese driver do on his debut at Mission 1 Cup? He will do a 1:44.285, so 5 milliseconds off of Andy Park's time, but I think that was invalidated. Next to come across the line will be David Schneider. Let's see what he can do here. And, well, 1:44.512, just 1/10 shy of Daniel. And Andy Park actually has done the fastest Sector 3, and David Schneider has actually...
Blimey.
That is a
Bit of a
massive hit
collision
into the
there.
wall. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, David Schneider has hit the wall, but he will have to go back to the pits and repair most of the damage. And here's Sven Schumacher. Actually, Daniel has actually done the fastest Sector 1, 34.3. And we still see the fastest Sector 3 set by Andy Park at the moment. I think it's the previous time, but yeah. At the moment, Daniel has set
Danny's taken sector 2 as well from the looks of things.
Yeah, it seems like he's really on pace at the moment, and I think Daniel could absolutely blast these times onwards. And well, still, Andy Park says Sector 3 fastest. Well, it's the CMRT glitching out. And Sven Schumacher going on his lap right now. Andy Park going through the final 2 corners now. And he takes it very tidy indeed, and going through the final corner now. What can the Chilean driver do here in qualifying? Now he's approaching the start-finish line, and let's see what he can do. He's not going to improve on his time, and Danny has actually improved on his time.
Danny taking the provisional pole.
Yep, Danny taking provisional pole position, and
0.36 ahead.
Yeah, currently Danny is doing a very fantastic job at the moment. And David Vintilescu currently just yellow in the first sector, just not quite getting the hang of it at the moment. And well, as we see, everybody's tidying up the laps, but they will start to go faster in every bit of time as possible, as Daniel actually sets the fastest sector 1 once again with a 34.269 at the moment. So it is all to play for here in qualifying with 10 minutes to go now, and Daniel just doing it as much as he can at the moment to push that Porsche to the limits, and going through the long back straight. And now he has a bit of a slower sector 2, but there is still quite a lot of chances to take here. And going through sector 3 now. and Daniel really on it at the moment, as there are more cars in the way. Hopefully there's not going to be any impeding at the moment, but fair enough. Daniel is doing a fantastic job going through the final corner. Actually, no, he's going to
Going
go
into
to the pits. Yep, he's going into the pits now, and he will abort his lap. I think he made a mistake through turns 6 and 7, basically the far chicane. The first far chicane, actually second far chicane on this track. And we see David Schneider, just trying to avoid the wall there, the inside wall. Just trying to be much more careful as possible. And yeah. But Jedediah, currently the drivers currently just doing their laps at the moment. But what can we see during the race as well? As most of the drivers at the moment are pretty close on qualifying times.
Well, what I imagine we can expect is that as human error builds up over the course of the race, there's definitely going to be some overtaking, to say at the minimum. Although, of course, that's guaranteed in any old race. You don't need me to tell you that.
Exactly. I mean, there is going to be a lot of argy-bargy as well during the race.
Of course. We're talking about human beings after all. Of course, there's going to be some collisions.
Indeed, as well, most of the drivers actually are now starting to be closer on the quality times, as we talk about that as well. Alexander Ferrero currently in second place.
With a very colourful livery right there. It's going to be hard to lose them in the crowd.
Volana Aldira Harismata just...
no! What happened back there? What happened back there? I reckon there has been a crash.
Yeah, that's Samuel.
Samuel yes. Has most likely smashed up their vehicle, from what we just saw.
Exactly, and it's gonna lose him a bit of time, and indeed, as Danny's currently just warming up his tires for another lap at the moment, just don't want to impede the other drivers here. At the moment, the beautiful Atlas competition car. At the moment, I know it's not Daniel's car, but it is a beautiful livery after all. Now going on its lap right now, and there's others going on a lap as well. That's Andy Park, and yeah, that's a green livery. Well, I can't tell who that is. Either way, Daniel just right now going on his laps. Turn 1 and 2 were not his best at the moment, but I think currently his lap is looking very good and tidy indeed, as he's starting to gain most of his time. And by the looks of the things, he has gained a bit of time back, but not enough to set a Sector 1 purple at the moment. A bit wide on 7th exit, and that's gonna possibly lose him a bit of time, but so far so good for the Portuguese driver, but it has lost him 1/10. Going through the third far chicane, as Andy Park is actually going through the third far chicane, and now Daniel just hiding on. I think he's aborted the lap.
Oh dear.
And Andy currently doing his lap, but don't want to have Daniel in the way. At the moment, Daniel is currently going through Sector 3. Is he going to be getting in the way of Andy Park? Not quite. But it will give him a lovely tow at the moment for Andy Park as well. And Andy Park has actually smashed it into the wall.
Oh, you don't want to be doing that. Don't want to be doing that.
And that's lost him a lot of time. Andy Park has not improved on his time after all. And as we see Sven Schumacher at the moment. And Schumacher Well, it's a familiar name.
Will Schumacher be able to climb up from above 5th?
Possibly, we'll see at the moment. At the moment, Sector 2 is not the fastest for him. And now...
But they have shaved off a bit of Sector 1. It is green after all.
It is green after all, but I think he's having a lovely tow at the moment as we see coming across the line. Oh, no.
And they've not been able to do it.
Yep, 8 tenths apart at the moment, so Sven Schumacher is going to have to do a lot of improving there as
And Rasmus Oster seems to have... Oh, and they've seemed to have gone back to the pits very abruptly.
Yep, if you're
right
going back
after their vehicle packed it all in.
Exactly. And yeah, that is illegal as well. If you're gonna escape, you're gonna have to basically skip out of qualifying, basically. And oh no, Hayden has hit the wall pretty hard indeed.
Oh dear. Well, they're still ongoing.
Yeah, still ongoing at the moment as we see Alexander Ferrero.
They're going to have to nurse it back to the pits. Just bring it back home.
Pretty much, he has to bring it back to the pits as Danny currently Sector 2 fastest. Can he be able to deliver on his qualifying lap? As he comes across the line now, Daniel Santos. What can he do?
And they have indeed delivered with a new fastest Sector 3.
5 tenths apart from Alexander Ferrero. Ferrero cannot even respond at the moment. Daniel Santos might be on pole position, but we cannot say it too early. Just never say never.
They're still provisional. They are still provisional for now. One cannot forget that.
Exactly. And Andy Park currently is going to go out on his lap as well. And we know Andy Park is currently fast around this track. Alexander Ferrero, 4 tenths apart on his personal best at the moment. And this is not looking good for the Porsche Cup driver at the moment. And right now, if he's wanting to go for another lap, he has to have enough fuel for the moment. Andy Park currently in Sector 1, going through turn 1 and 2, now going through turn 3. At the moment, Alexander Ferrero has to shave off a bit of that time in Sector 3 at the moment.
Do you think they'll be able to manage it?
We'll see about that, because Alexander Ferrero is actually driving brilliantly at the moment. But is that going to be enough for him to shave off that time in Sector 3? Now, coming across the line here, it's not going to be enough at the moment. So he will have to have another lap time. But what a Sector 3 it was. A heroic
An improved
comeback.
Sector 3, but the rest of those sectors were simply holding them back.
And indeed, as Andy Park is currently on green Sector 2, what can he do in Sector 3, you may ask? I think he can do better on Sector 3. What a chicane that was as well, because he went really fast, faster than the others at the moment. Now, Andy Park...
Will that be enough to park him in pole? Oh, and Danny's gone and set an even faster time.
Exactly.
He is reinforcing his position.
6 tenths faster. And no, Andy Park has actually written up off his lap. So I think he has at least, well, possibly just invalidated his time. And Daniel is trying to improve his time, but there's another car on his way at the moment. I don't know who's that, but, well, that's not going to help him that much.
My goodness, they're certainly close.
They are certainly close, side by side during qualifying. Well, that's not ideal, is it? Indeed. And, well, that might have been, if I may presume, that might have been Rasmus Oster, or no, it's actually Waya Permana. And yeah, that's hindered Daniel's qualifying time, but at the moment he's safe for the moment. If Ferrero can actually respond with something. Oh, there's been a crash as well.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, who is it?
I can't tell who that is, but yeah, it was Waya. Yeah, Permana's crashed and someone stopped. Yep.
Oh my
well,
goodness.
checkered flag is out, but that's not how you...
checkered flag's out. It's overtime. They just need to return it back. But can they do so?
Daniel going into the pits right now. I think he knows that he's safe on pole position. At the moment, Alexander Ferrero doesn't have a lap in. And that means, I think, well, what I can confirm, is that Daniel Santos is on pole position for race 1 at the moment. And
Hayden Ignis seems
Yep.
to have been the one.
indeed, and Visan Ionitz in 10th place.
Oh, and they've gone across the sand. Oh, and
And-
they've spun it out into the wall. Oh my goodness.
Goodness gracious.
Well, that one, that's racking up a lot of damage.
Indeed, as
That is only going to be detrimental for the race.
indeed
You know,
as
oh my
there's still one car on track at the moment, but can't seem to know who that is. That is on track at the moment. That stopped. Oh, and all good. So it's Jake Van Leer that was in the wall. But yeah, the qualifying's over and everybody's finished their laps. So the quality results are Daniel Santos will start on pole position for race 1. Alexander Ferreira will join him on the front row. Andy Park could have been Alexander Ferreira, but he will start third nonetheless. David Schneider will be 4th. Sven Schumacher will be 5th. 6th will be Milano Aldira Harismana. And 7th will be Hayden Ignis. 8th will be David Vintilescu. 9th will be Hayden Suwu. And, well, 10th will be Visan. And that's your top 10 at the moment, but at the moment it's
lap.
At the mo.
Hello and welcome back. We are on the formation lap of Melbourne.
And at the moment, well, the safety car is currently leading our way to the grid right now. But as you can see, our grid is going to be looking like this. Daniel Santos is on pole position, followed by Alexander Ferrero in second place. Third place will be Andy Park, and fourth place will be David Schneider. Milana will be, well, fifth, but it seems like he's dropping out of the race at the moment. And sixth will be Schumacher.
The Porsches are very much meandering through this formation lap in order to get those tires heated. Although the quality of such meandering is up to debate, perhaps.
Yep. And there's a bit of a notice from the race control as well. Ferraro, Oster, and Yonne are noted for yellow flag infringement. So this will be fun to see what will happen after the stewards review. But the cars are now lining up to the grid right now. And Daniel Santos, well, they're not lining up on the grid, but there will be double file at the moment. And now we just wait. When will it start?
One can hope that none of them will be out of position.
And the green flag is out.
And away they go.
Daniel Santos gets a great start, but Milano is going to jump up
And
to
into
second place.
turn one.
In turn one we go. Milano in second place. Alexander Ferrero in third. Right now, Ferrero has gone up to second right now. But Daniel Santos was amazing.
Schumacher back up to 11th.
Schumacher is now back up to 11th right now. But now we go through turn 3, and Alexander Ferrero has
Oh my goodness, there's been a collision, there's been a collision, there's been a spin out. Oh my goodness, this is carnage. This is absolute carnage. Brewster somehow has made their way into second throughout all this chaos, but there's been another collision. There has been another collision, ladies and gentlemen.
Indeed, it has been argy-bargy during lap 1. Daniel Santos has a sigh of relief at the moment. David Ventilation goes second, and David Schneider will go up.
Andy Park falling down to 5th. Schumacher fighting for the top 5.
Indeed, as Schumacher goes from 11th to 4th. What a start from him as well. And now, David Schneider, Sven Schumacher goes down the inside of David Schneider, and Schneider now drops back to 4th. And Sven Schumacher up to 3rd place right now. What a start this has been. And Andy Park has collided with David Schneider, and Schneider will have to yield a little bit. But Andy Park goes down the inside. Schneider.
Oh, that's a bit tight. That was a tight corner.
That was a tight corner as Sven Schumacher has to defend from Andy Park. Andy Park currently almost pushed into the infield and gravel, and there's someone off. I think that's Milana. And yeah, this is a very chaotic start, but Daniel leads from David Ventileshko. Oh no!
My goodness, what's happened to Maverick? What has happened to Conor Maverick?
Conor Maverick has actually spun off, and at the moment, David Schneider is gonna try to look down the inside, and
there's been a bump, there's been a bump and a slide right into the sound.
Indeed, Sven Schumacher has now
Schumacher doing a bit of a donut.
Pretty much trying to recover that car, but at the moment, David Schneider in 4th place just, misjudged his braking point there, and yeah, well, unfortunately, that will be going to the way of David Schneider. And wow, what a start we have had in this race as well.
Indeed.
Daniel Santos leading by nearly 5 seconds. And the gap's going up and up, but look at Andy Park at the moment. Just trying to attack David Ventileshko. And David Ventileshko has to defend from Andy Park. And Andy Park has shown that...
try and get around the outside.
And now Andy Park just...
and shooting it through the inside. Andy Park with the maneuver, while David seems to have gone onto the grass.
Indeed, he has cut the corner and now dropped down to 5th at the moment. And Jake Van Leer currently actually climbing up to 6th after having a bad qualifying from 12th to 6th right now. That's not looking too bad for Dutchman. And right now, Schneider catching up to Andy Park at the moment, but not quite much. Not by quite much at the moment. Because now he's 9 tenths behind. And now reduce that to 1 second. And Daniel Santos sets the fastest lap around his circuit.
Oh, and David Schneider's taken the lap straight away from him. David Schneider with the fastest lap. Despite sitting in 3rd, and Alexander Ferrero has taken it all the way down in 7th. He has taken the fastest lap. An impressive outing.
Indeed, an incredible development at the moment from Alexander Ferrero. And Andy Park is actually catching up to Daniel Santos, and Santos really having to speed up his pace at the moment because he knows that Andy Park is coming right behind him. And at the moment, this will be a two-way fight for the victory here in Albert Park. And for the moment, Daniel is just pulling away bit by bit at the moment. And
but all it takes is one mistake. All it takes is one mistake.
Indeed, as...
oh my goodness, what am I seeing here? What am I seeing here? What am I seeing here? This is supposed to be motorsport, not an anomalous documentary.
Something has happened within our stream. Just a bit of a lag moment for Kian. I think he has had a new network provider. I think.
Yes, it's a bit harder to make out the text. It's looking like those 2008 frozen pixels.
Exactly, and Alexander Ferreira goes by on Jake Van Leer. Van Leer, nothing he could have done there. I mean, he could have defended more, but it seems like Ferreira had the overspeed and the overlap.
And Danny's taken back the fastest lap. And Andy Park's immediately taken it back from him.
Yeah,
they are certainly fighting for the lead. A two-horse race.
Nope, indeed. Andy Park with quite a bit of blazing pace, as I see at the moment. And Daniel currently just trying to pull away as fast as he can at the moment. Now, Daniel Santos just right now...
A bit wide for Mr. Park.
Yep, Andy Park has actually gone through the track limits there. But I think this is his first offense of track limits, and see how this goes right now. If he's going to do more of it.
They're going a bit wide there. They're going to want to tighten up if they want to avoid a penalty.
Alexander Ferrero doing a very great comeback at the moment. He's up to 5th right now from overtaking David Vintilescu. So the Romanian has been passed by the Spaniard, if I remember right, at the moment. And Rasmus Öster is the next car that Alexander has to catch up to and overtake. But Vintilescu currently just still keeping on at the moment. And it seems like Ferreira has touched a bit of the grass, but it hasn't lost speed. He hasn't lost speed after all. And now it's a 1 second gap between them. So the tow will be merely impossible at the moment, and Milana actually finding a lot of that pace, and that's a colourful car as we've talked about in qualifying, and we've got another lag spike at the moment.
Oh dear. Well, since we do have a lag spike, might I bring a bit of attention to Rasmus Usta, who, if you remember from qualifying, qualified very low down, yet here he is sitting rather safely in 4th.
At the moment,
it's not a podium, but it's certainly a lot higher than when they started.
Indeed, Rasmus has done a very fantastic job on gaining the places at the moment, and really just making his way through.
Oh, and Sven Schumacher has gone into the pits. And Oosters immediately spun out. Congratulations. They've already fallen. Oh my goodness! Oh
that is
a
very unsavory joint. And that's taken out Jake Van Leer as well.
And Van Leer.
So we've just gone for a commentator's full curse on Rasmus Oster, and that's how it happens basically. And
Well, that's
speaking of what is
motorsport for you.
Yep, speaking of what's motorsport right now, Andy Park currently just catching up pretty much. So we'll have a really great tussle here. And if you lads missed the Porsche 1 Cup, well, it's back, ladies and gentlemen. And Andy Park just wanting to challenge Daniel for the race win at the moment. So with 6 laps to go. Well, 7 laps to go, and we've just had a massive freeze.
Oh, there we go. It's recovered. It's recovered.
Indeed, as
As
now
Andy Park takes the fastest lap, 1 minute 44.249.
At the moment, Andy Park currently just looking very blazingly fast, now wanting to gain the first position and wants to win this race to really bring up that challenge to this title at the moment. And now Daniel just having to think, what can he do to actually pull away at the moment? And right now, Andy Park is the one that's really just catching up at the moment. But I know Daniel Santos, he has never ever fallen through the pressure. And if I'm gonna say who's gonna win this one, well, I can't say who will win, but I know who is really relentless on defense. And at the moment, Andy Park just catching. Seems like he's catching 1/10 in every turn, and indeed he
Every turn
he
a
is.
step closer.
Yeah, every turn step closer at the moment, and Rasmus Oster actually has retired from the race, as we hear from the race official, and that means that he will score no points from this race whatsoever at the moment. And Andy Park is actually now 1.2 seconds behind Daniel Santos. Here's Conor Maverick.
Conor Maverick in the very colourful vehicle, catching up to the car embezzled with the Romanian flag. As oh my goodness, Danny took fastest lap only for Andy Park to take it back away.
So Andy Park is actually starting to really catch up, but Daniel has actually responded basically to now. Oh, we've got a safety car.
Safety car.
And I think we've missed something. Yeah, and that's Jake Van Leer has
and
crashed
Jake's
out.
done it again.
So Jake Van Leer has crashed out, it seems like. Yeah, there's no engine at the moment.
Engine's blown.
So we've got another retirement at the moment as we wait for Luka Uska to queue up the whole pack at the moment. Now, it is a bit of a danger for Daniel himself at the moment, as we can see, because he has been leading for most of the race. Jake hasn't actually left at the moment from the track, but he is pretty much on a dangerous part of the track. And Daniel just queuing up, and I thought there was a crash behind, but there wasn't a crash. Just someone warming up the tires. That's Milana. That's warming up the tires. So, the order looks like this from the top 6. Daniel Santos leads with Andy Park second, David Schneider in third, Alexander Ferraro fourth, David Ventilesio fifth, and sixth will be Milana Aldira Harishmara. Jajaya, this is looking to be a very great race after all, but at the moment Daniel is in a very precarious position to now try to defend from Andy Park. But we know Andy Park's really fast, so
They're all bunched up back together after all.
Exactly,
From it we could see some unexpected names making advancements in the midfield.
Exactly, and it seems like most of the people are pretty much embedded to want to score more points than the others at the moment. I mean, they are human after all, and everybody wants to win at the moment. And now that the top 6 is bunched up, now the top 10 has got in to position. And seems like Vision Unit is having trouble to catch up the pack at the moment. And I think the race stewards are noting because Andy Park is actually using the chat at the moment, which is not allowed in this race, so far as I understand.
I doubt officials are going to be happy with that.
Exactly, and well, Daniel following the race officials' instructions as well, also to slow down a little bit. And here's a safety car at the moment. Luca's currently trying to drive fast, just to not make the drivers infuriated with how the safety car is driving. And currently
Of course,
Daniel,
even the safety car has its limits.
exactly.
It's
Indeed.
called the safety car for a reason, not the unsafety car.
Indeed, because in the end, if you're gonna go faster with a safety car, you're gonna have a bit of problems. As speaking of problems, we've had another lag issue,
Oh dear.
and broadcaster has apologized, but we can't help but to laugh sometimes.
By the end of the day, that's e-sport for you. If the
Exactly.
electricity chooses to not cooperate, there's nothing we can do.
Exactly.
We can't tell off the electricity, it doesn't have ears.
Yep. Jake Valera has actually said that his car cannot reset at the moment, so he was stuck on the track for a little bit of time. And well, his wheel wasn't working at the same time, so that may have been why.
Well, hopefully this doesn't turn out like Silverstone then.
Indeed, as everybody's looking forward to having at least one racing lap in the end at the moment. And currently Daniel Santos, having led every lap, is now going to be in the cusp of Andy Park at the moment. There's going to be another episode of Super Formula, in fact, and will Daniel do what Janssen did, basically defend hard, or will Daniel really just try to bring the car home? It's all to play for here, with 3 more laps to go at the moment, and the safety car is going into the pit lane this lap at the moment. What the race
That should be
director
excellent to hear. That should be excellent to hear.
So with 3 laps to go now into this race, Luca
My
is
goodness.
Daniel is still pushing. Oh,
Oh
my
my
goodness
goodness.
gracious! So that's
If Danny made a collision with the safety car, my goodness. That is going to be an outstanding penalty.
Indeed, as Daniel has to slow down because the safety car is going into this lap, and Luca is really pushing that safety car to its limits. But now you're approaching the safety car line 1, so Daniel has to now slow down to let the safety car go in, and at the moment it is pretty much bunched up here. At the moment, everybody seems to be clean from this restart. Now it is all to play for here. Daniel Santos, Andy Park, or will it be David Schneider, or will it be Alexander Ferrero even that will win this race? We'll find out soon, as Daniel Santos can now control his pace, and we'll wait till he goes off. And he goes off now!
And it's away they go again.
And it's green flags now, and now Daniel Santos has a decent start overall, but Andy Park actually has matched him on the restart as well. Now Daniel Santos will approach turn 1 and 2 with Andy Park behind him. Now it is all to play for here in these final 3 laps, basically, actually 2 laps in this race. Daniel Santos leading from Andy Park, and Andy Park really just doing what he can to just attack Daniel Santos and takes his victory away from him. 5/10 is the gap at the moment.
They're going a bit wide there.
Indeed, they are really going wide, but they are using pretty much a lot of the tires in the end. And Alexander Ferreira wanting to get that final podium place at the moment. And David Schneider really just trying to pull away from Alexander Ferreira, but Ferreira really great exit out of the turn 7 chicane. Now it is all to play for him. Alexander
But can
Ferreira.
Schneider defend that podium?
Ferreira doesn't have the overlap at the moment, so Schneider still keeps the podium place. But Daniel Santos 7/10 clear from Andy Park. So Andy Park might have not had his head correctly on time for this restart as we approach through lap 12 of the race, and then after that will be the final lap of the race. At the moment, it's gonna look to go in Daniel's way, but Andy Park can actually answer to this, as Alexander Ferreira was looking to go down the inside, but he really wasn't gonna attack from there, was he? So
No, they weren't.
Exactly, and if you're gonna attack from that far behind, it will end up in a crash as well. And Alexander
And
Ferreira.
we can't afford another one of those.
And Alexander Ferreira now just thinking what he can do to be faster than David Schneider.
Oh, and Conor Maverick's gone into the pits. What's happened there?
I think Conor Mavericks had a bit of damage.
And they've... Oh, that's
he's
not
missed his pit
cricket.
stop.
What are they trying to do? What are they...
Well, Conor Maverick.
I don't
might be out
think
of the
that's
race.
how a pitting procedure is meant to be done.
Indeed, as Daniel has upped the pace and now gone for a 1 second gap between him and Andy Park at the moment. And Andy Park just really not doing his best at the moment. Gennaro Yusuf is going a bit slowly at the moment.
But Ferreira's inching closer to Schneider.
Yep, it is all to play for here. He's
Oh.
going to go for a move here round the outside.
They've gone all in. They've
And
gone all in, and they weren't able to get it. They
Indeed.
weren't able to get it. Oh, they're side by side, wheel to wheel.
Yep. round the outside currently from Alexander Ferreira. But can he stick it round the outside?
Are they able to do it?
The overlap seems to be there, and he's done it. For the moment,
he did
yes,
it.
for the moment,
They've narrowly done it.
Schneider still side by side with Ferreira. This is absolutely insane racing from
My
these
goodness.
two. But Schneider.
Oh, and Ferreira's fallen back behind.
Daniel now starting the final lap of this race. 1 second between him and Andy Park at the moment. This is crucial for the race victory for Daniel Santos. But will Andy Park have anything to respond with it as well? Now going through turn 1 and 2. It seems like Andy Park is dropping down still on his times. And Alexander Ferreira is still looking to really attack.
They're still
David Schneider.
hungry for that podium.
It seems like it, and now going for the up and under.
Oh.
Schneider covers it perfectly.
Oh.
What a race we're seeing at the moment with this final lap going on. I think Ferreira has no chance to get Schneider, but there's still a few more corners to go. At least several more corners to go, basically on this race. But meanwhile, at the moment, Samuel Sue was looking to be closer to Milana, but now Ferreira has the
they're
slipstream.
inching back
Will
together
he go
again.
round the outside? No, he won't.
No.
So David Schneider still keeps it, but now he has.
I think there's been a tap there. I think there's been a tap.
Exactly, that's actually boosted Schneider a little bit because of that bump. Now Ferreira goes down the inside,
Down.
but
Oh,
Schneider keeps it. But meanwhile, Daniel Santos has led every lap of this race, and Andy Park has done all of his job to still take second place. But Daniel Santos will start off the season by winning the race here in Melbourne. And Daniel Santos wins here in Melbourne. And Andy Park will take second place. David Schneider narrowly takes third place from Alexander Ferrero. And David Vincinescu will be fifth. And what a race it has been. Milano will be sixth from Suwu, who is in seventh. And then your final
Trailing behind.
and your final finishes here. Vision Unit in 8th, Gennaro Yusuf 9th, and Wayu Pramana in 10th. What a race it has
Conor
been.
Maverick is several turns behind, but don't worry, he'll finish eventually.
Well, at least he's finishing. But what
That
a
is
start.
true. That is true. We have had a DNF today after all.
Indeed, but what a start to the season we've had already. Daniel Santos winning his first race in the Mission 1 Racing Series. In the One Cup Series, he's done it. And Andy Park has to settle for second.
Right.
All right. So we're going to go to a 5-minute break. But until then, bear with us for race 2.
Indeed. Indeed.
Welcome aboard for race 2. And, well, what a race 1 we've had. all along.
Indeed.
Daniel Santos winning race 1 and Andy Park keeping it at bay, but at the moment it was in the end Daniel who took that race win. And Andy Park, well, he tried to keep Danny on a leash, to be fair.
Indeed.
But Danny was running away all this time. It seems like it was only a server lag that was the issue, so it wasn't the broadcaster's lag, it was only the servers. So, indeed, now the grid looks like this at the moment. So Daniel Santos, well, with that race 1 win, will still be on first place. Andy Park will be second. David Schneider will be third. Fourth will be Alexander Ferrero, and fifth will be David Vinciulescu. Milano in 6th place. Samuel Suru in 7th place. 8th place will be Vincent Unut. Gennaro Yusuf will be 9th, and 10th will be Vayu Permana, and Conor Maverick will be finishing our grid. And that is a colourful car as well. With an okay, so well, that's something we do want to see, but in the end, the cars are lining up in double file at the moment. An interesting camera shot as well, because, well, the camera was going into a hole, to be fair. And now, anytime soon, we will go green flags once again. And Andy Park, will he be the one to defeat Daniel Santos in race 2? Now
Will they be able to do it? That is the question.
We'll find out in a moment of time, as they are lining up 80 kilometers an hour, and rolling start to a green, and Daniel Santos
And away they go.
Daniel Santos getting a great start indeed, and David Vinciulescu now in third, just trying to really challenge Andy Park as well. Going through turn 1 and 2.
A very tight turn 1. There's already been a spin from David Schneider.
Schneider has caught off right now, but Andy Park with an amazing exit out of turn 2. Now trying to challenge Daniel Santos. Santos still keeping the lead. Andy just thinking of making a move, but Daniel Santos just really just getting off the line well. So Andy Park keeping Daniel at bay at the moment, on a leash, as they say, and David Vinciulescu in third, just trying to keep himself running, and keeping Andy Park on a leash as well. And speaking of that, that leash goes to Alexander Ferrero, and Ferrero right now just going to the inside line.
Ferrero once again fighting for that podium.
Now Ferrero goes by to third place, but Vinciulescu just trying to re-attack, but he has not got the overlap. And Andy Park currently trying to go side by side with Daniel Santos, but Santos right now just looking at the mirrors, but now focusing on the track. And Andy's still catching up to Daniel, and Daniel is doing his best. Further down the back, Gennaro Yusuf goes by on Vayu Permana, and now Conor Maverick is the one looking behind with that colourful Porsche. And now, what can Vayu Permana do? Well, he can't do much. But now look at Vinciulescu now, just trying to put the pressure on Milana. Daniel Santos sets the fastest lap, which is unsurprising at the moment on lap 1. And right now,
to my knowledge, they have led every lap in not only this race but the previous one, ignoring the safety car, of course.
Indeed. Now Daniel just really thinking of his race, and Viper Mana is off. Viper Mana is
dear.
off. So pretty much a disappointing race week for him, and that's got all the blows there. And
dear.
now Andy Park just thinking where to go, and Daniel pulling away in that entry. I think Andy Park has that better exit right now. Now Andy Park has the slipstream on Daniel, but will he be able to catch up? That's the question. Answer is not by much at the moment. So he has to stay behind Daniel. Daniel has every bit of advantage. Advantage goes to him. And at the moment, Vintilescu currently dropping down places at the moment. So Milana has actually gone by on Vintilescu. Will Vintilescu go around the outside? You bet he will.
But are they
No.
able to keep it? No, they are not.
And the Milana just not really giving him an inch at the moment. And Andy currently is dropping down again from Daniel. So we've seen it on the end of the race that Andy was dropping down on Daniel, but Daniel really on the cusp of losing the race when if he makes one mistake at the moment. But now Andy really getting that perfect exit out of turn 1 and 2.
You can't win a race on the 4th lap, but you can definitely lose it.
Indeed, and well, speaking of losing it, I think Milana will be losing a position from to David Vintilescu, and Vintilescu just thinking what to do at the moment. Lap 4 running, still the leaders are 1 and 2 at the moment. Daniel with leading every lap at the moment so far this week, and this round has been leading every lap, and Andy best at second at the moment. Now we go through the fast chicane. Andy has kind of cut that chicane, so that might be another track limits offense. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be noted by the race director if it's gonna be much more than that. But now we see David Schneider on the back of
David Schneider trying to recover.
Pramana really trying to defend tight as possible. Now David Schneider goes round the outside. Will he make it stick? Yes, he will. David Schneider up to 9th
Schneider
place.
recovering up to 9th.
What a brilliant move from David Schneider. Going up to 9th place at the moment. But will Vayu Pramana do a dive down the outside? You bet he will. Now Vayu Pramana goes up to 9th.
And Danny takes the fastest lap at 1:44.528.
Indeed, as Daniel currently just doing the best he can at the moment to get on with the race lead, but David Schneider going down the inside of Vayu Pramana. But Pramana holding that position nicely indeed. So Schneider must be really frustrated at the moment on Pramana, and Pramana's just laughing in the cockpit of that Porsche at the moment. Now it is also play for him, turn 1 and 2. And David Schneider has the better exit and has a greater toe. Go to the inside line now. And look at David Schneider, and it's almost contact, and it's almost
enough.
Oh, it's almost contact, but Vayu Pramana has spun out. And Vayu Pramana
I doubt
loses the
Pramana's
position.
going to be pleased about that.
Not at all. But further down the road, look at Andy Park and Daniel Santos. They're still close to each other, these two Porsche Cup riders at the moment. And there's a unit trying to get by on Gennaro Yusuf, the Romanian against the Romanian car. But Gennaro Yusuf really doing a fantastic defense. But now Yonut has the better exit, so will he go to the outside or the inside? Well, in fact, he will go to the inside, but he will back out of that because he still has not got the overlap. And Gennaro Yusuf just really pleased with his defense at the moment. And Andy Park
Park's taken the fastest lap away from Danny.
Yep, Daniel.
298
is
at the end.
Indeed, Daniel right now under pressure from Andy Park at the moment, but now it is all to play for here. Which way will Andy go? To the outside? Yes, he will, but he's locked up that front left wheel. Oh, it's
going
gonna be
on the
side by
inside
side.
again.
It's gonna be side by side
Danny's
between
gone
those
wide.
two. But Daniel really holds on very well, and Andy almost loses it as well on the exit. And now going through 6 and 7. Now Daniel getting that great exit. That's what he needed all along to get away from Andy Park. But Andy Park still catching up with that slipstream. And Andy Park really just wanting to go by on Daniel,
Well.
but Daniel pretty much doing the best he can. I think Andy just touched the wall a little bit there. Oh, no, never mind. It's actually
dear,
just silver
had
lagging.
a bit of a jitter on the stream there.
Indeed.
With
As,
natural horizontal movement.
Indeed, as Daniel really just thinking of what is going on here, and another jitter as well, just a micro jitter, and now Andy just thinking of doing a move on Daniel. I think I just said Daniel on Daniel, but either way, I think I'm just getting lost by the micro jitters as well. But
Well, try
Andy
not to get lost. I know they're all Porsches, but they're not all the same.
Indeed, and well, these two are the same colored cars. Oh my goodness gracious! It's so having
Indeed
the
it is. This
Yep.
is what we call in the industry an inconvenience.
Indeed, and Daniel just thinking what to do at the moment, just to defend from Andy Park at the moment. There we go. I got it right now, but with lap 7 on the way. Now it's all
Oh,
to play
that's
for
quite
him.
wide. That's going to hurt. That is going to hurt at times.
That's a second or a third offense of track limits from Andy Park at the moment. So this might be noted by the race stewards at the moment, but in the while, Daniel just holding on the lead for now. But Andy Park with that slipstream, who might get closer enough, but not as close to make a move at the moment. It's now 2 tenths between those two. These two have been battling all race long. At the moment, it's going to be reducing with the exit of Daniel. And Daniel
they're
right
getting
now
close. They're getting close.
Andy Park really putting the pressure on Danny.
Oh
Down the
my
inside he
goodness!
goes. What a move for
What
Andy
a
Park.
jog! What a lunge! What a
And where's the camera
right
gone?
lunge on the inside!
And Daniel really trying to re-attack
Will
on
Andy
Park.
Park be able to keep the lead? Will he be able to be the second lap leader of this entire day? Will
Indeed,
he
he
be
will.
able to do it?
Indeed, he will right now. Take the
And he's
lead right now.
approaching the straight.
Indeed, now Daniel is trying to catch up to Andy Park. And right now,
And
Daniel
Park
might...
has done it. Park has led a lap.
Indeed. Now,
Ferrero
Andy
has
just-
also been getting closer as well.
Yep, and Daniel right now just trying to get by on Andy Park. But Andy Park really with that massive attack, just taking that lead out of Daniel's hand. And Daniel did not expect that move coming. But that was...
Park's gone a bit
incredible.
wide again. That's
That was
not
an
going to be helping his defense.
Indeed, but what an incredible action we've just seen. At the moment, Daniel is falling on the cusp of Alexander Ferrero at the moment. But will Daniel actually get back on Andy Park's tail at the moment? Now, it is all to play for him because he's now 6 tenths behind Andy Park. And Andy Park has a safe gap for the moment. Now it's 7 tenths, 8 tenths. It's rising bit by bit.
Park is simply pulling away.
Indeed, and Ferrero is looking to battle with Daniel.
Will Ferrero be able to seize second?
I think he will, but we'll find out pretty much soon. 9 tenths between Daniel and Andy at the moment. So this is gonna be This is going to be really exceptional to see whether or not Daniel will try to repounce. He's currently refreshing his head at the moment because he might actually get on Andy Parks' tail. Because right now the gap's decreasing again to 7/10. Andy Park. Oh, that's a bit of grass, if I may say so. And that's refreshed Daniel's chances of winning this race at the moment. Now Andy really just thinking, what can he do? Because he was now under pressure in turn 1 and 2. Now he's under pressure from the next corners onward. Again, he's gone to the grass
Oh,
again.
dear.
So Andy Park really falling under the cusp of the pressure of Daniel Santos. And we know how Santos is. He's ruthless on every part of this track. He wants to be relentless at the moment. Ruthless is not enough. It's relentless that will add up to everything. Now 3/10 the gap. And now we're going to the far chicane. Will the gap be ever closer? Actually, no. Andy Park's pulling away again on the far chicane.
Seems like there's quite the alignment here. The question
Indeed,
is, will it last the remaining laps?
Indeed, sector 3 right now. And it was 4
All it
tenths, now
takes
it's
is someone
5
in the
tenths.
midfield going horribly wrong, and we'll have a safety car again.
Indeed, currently in race 2 we haven't gotten a safety car at all. Now, Andy Park really has to
It seems like
work.
Schneider's
Wait.
exchanged a position with Samuel.
Indeed. So Schneider going up to 6th place, and now it seems like, oh no!
Oh my goodness! Right then. Right then,
So,
as soon as we looked away, Danny falling all the way down to 3rd, 3 seconds behind Andy Park.
I just saw that Daniel was taking a bit too much curb. I was just silent, but no, Daniel just lost the lead. And that's it, basically, for his win. So Daniel Santos has lost the win in race 2 as well. Now it's all up to Alexander Ferrero, who can actually claim the win if he gets ever so slightly closer to Andy Park. Because they were closer in qualifying, these two. Well, we'll be ever so slightly closer in the race. We'll find out, because we've got 3 laps to go in this race. 9 tenths between them. Alexander Ferrero really just getting behind Andy Parks' tail.
Oh my
And
goodness,
Samuel
and
too.
Samuel has spun out.
And he's hit the wall again.
They've collided with the wall again. That's... I wouldn't advise that.
Yep, only yellow sector 2. It's not going to be a full safety car at the moment. Now Schneider versus Milana. Milana versus Schneider.
Schneider's
Side
going
by
around the
side.
outside.
Once again, to the outside line he goes. Will it stick this time? Yes, it will.
Yes,
what
it
a move
will.
from David Schneider.
Schneider ascending to 5th.
But will Milana fight back? Look at this. To the inside he goes. Milana might actually take 5th place away from Schneider once again. And he goes down the inside.
They've been trading places.
Yep, indeed. But now Schneider having to look to the inside. But Milana keeps 5th place at the moment. And at the moment, the race looks like that Andy Park will be currently just completely cementing the lead at the moment. Because the gap between him and Ferrero is dropping. And now Schneider just thinking to take the slipstream and now taking a chance to catch up to Milana. Can't take too much curb there, like how it was explained to Danny. And you know, you cannot take much of the curbs with these cars as well. Now Milana really slow on the entry into these corners, and that's what's gaining Schneider a lot of the speed. Oh my goodness gracious! Well, that's a lag. That's a lag. That's some lag if I've never seen any of the lag.
Hopefully it's the lag. Oh,
Oh,
and
no!
Milana
Milana.
hitting the wall, spinning out into the sun. My goodness. Is Milana able to recover? Are they able to recover? Their car doesn't look particularly healthy.
Well, Milana has recovered the car, and that doesn't call out a safety car. If there's someone stopped on a dangerous part of the track, then that's going to be a safety car. But at the moment, we're approaching the penultimate lap, and at the moment, Andy Park leads by 1.6 seconds from Alexander Ferrero. Ferrero just thinking what he can do to gain first place. Oh, wow. All right.
Ooh, bit of a bump there.
Well, that's a healthy amount of curve if I've ever seen one. And it seems like the server hosting is having an issue at the moment. And
oh my goodness,
Milana.
There's been a collision. Milana again.
Once again, it's Milana
Thunder strikes twice.
So I had it, and Milana had collided with each other once again, and now Milana just, wow, it hasn't been a race to remember for him, and we're sitting in 4th place comfortably. Now he's sitting back in 9th. Well, we're approaching now to 3 with Andy Park and Alexander Ferreira. As it stands, Andy Park will be the championship leader after this round. But will there be anyone who can stop him? For sure. Because we're going to approach the final lap soon. And it's a bit of a buggy race, this one. But in the end, this is esports. Sometimes these happen that the internet lags a lot and the server lags as well.
And there's nothing we can do about that.
Indeed, now we've approached the final lap.
It's the final lap now. It's all or nothing.
Indeed, Ferrero has not catched up to Andy Park. And Ferrero, well, he cannot catch much, can he? Andy Park has taken the lead at lap 7 out of 13, and then when it all mattered, Daniel went into the wall and had a sizable spin that lost him the win. And speaking of that, Daniel's lost a lot of time, indeed. And wow, that has put a spell to this race, indeed. Ferreira, well, what can I say? He's looked very powerful, but not powerful enough to beat Andy Park. Which, well, Andy Park, well, he kept Danny on a leash, and then Danny had to keep him on a leash until, in the end,
it was all reined in.
Yep, indeed, as Ferrero goes a bit wide, that might have called the race now. As we approach Sector 3, and Ionut has spun around.
Ionut. Oh, and that's not Milana, that's Maverick.
Yep, Maverick is off. But now, coming through Sector 3, the final 2 corners now. Andy Park is here to win here in Melbourne. And now, we can say that Andy Park is a race winner in Mission 1 Cup. Andy Park will be a winner here in Melbourne.
Park
in race pick.
Winning Melbourne.
In race 2 now, it has been officially decided that Andy Park will win. And Alexander Ferreira will be 2nd now. And Daniel Santos will take 3rd. It has been a disappointing race 2 for him. David Vincilescu takes 4th. Across the line now. David Schneider. A lot of battles from here and there. But David Schneider will take 5th place. And Gennaro Yusuf will take 6th. With Milana overtaking Gennaro Yusuf. And Yusuf has been left behind. And now Gennaro Yusuf. And Milana had the chance. What a move from Milana though. Going down the inside on the final lap. But Milana, with that amazing move, will take 6th with damage limitation.
Yusuf stuck with 7th. You're not.
And
It's
you're
just
not
going
wrong.
to have to tow it in his 8th.
Yep, indeed. Ninth will be Conor Maverick, and the final finishers will be Samuel and Wayu. And what a race it has been! What a round it has been! Andy Park takes the win in race 2. Daniel Santos takes the win in race 1 with a fantastic and dominant win. And Ferrero now takes second place in race 2.
Jolly good. Jolly good.
But ladies and gentlemen, that wraps it up for today. We'll see you in round 2, which will be at Barcelona in 2 weeks' time on the 24th of July. But until then, I have been Juho Soppinen,
And I've been Jedediah Fox Sessions.
and goodbye.
Goodbye.